I'd really like to remind everyone, I think an episode like this really cements why Yogiri is the strongest. Just period. The strongest not only in his own show, but the idea of anime in general, because it seems simple, but it could be easy to overlook little things that it's not just like Yogiri kills, like he ends the existence. So like he could be falling to his death, and in this episode he's like, okay, I'll just kill the momentum. And then he's fine. He just drops down peacefully. A nuclear bomb of death goes off at the end of this episode that would normally kill everyone, right? Like this would be game over. Maybe you hide behind some adamantium rock or something and you're able to survive. I don't even have to worry because this dude could just say, nah. And then it would stop. There's anything he wants to be quote unquote alive. Like the idea that when he says die, it's not even like actually like life or death. It's like the existence of the end. Everything has an end destination. Eventually a rock will crumble into nothing. Eventually the ocean tides will calm down. Everything will just cease to exist should he command it. Nuclear bomb blast, gods among men, doesn't matter. And how easily he goes about this world is literally broken in the best possible way. Now, of course, I have a full live reaction to this week's episode of My Instant Death Ability over on my Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thoughts to this or any of these wonderful episodes, it's over there if you're interested. Now, I understand. Let's address the elephant in the room. If you're a source reader, I see your complaints week after week. I see people complaining that a lot of arcs are cut, characters are cut, this, that, and the third. I don't think there's anything wrong with not being happy things are cut. All I can say is that I'm anime only, and even if I read source materials, I just don't care. Like, that's my honest to God impression. Like, I just look at things as their own little beings, and honestly, as an anime only for a show like this, nothing feels cut for me. So clearly, like, the stuff that is removed is not hindering my experience, which is all I can ask for personally. As long as I'm enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. And this episode, I mean, if we rewind 2 episodes back, when it was kind of like a jumbled mess of like a lot of things happening, last week I complimented that I kind of like understood. I was like, okay, it's slowing down. I feel like I get where this is going now. And this episode was personally one of my favorite episodes of the show to date. All the plot points that are currently lined up, a god is saying, hey, everyone's gonna die, unless you, well, try to kill each other. And who's ever left standing will get the W and you can go live your merry ways. And the dude with the instant death magic, you know, at face value, because of course there's a very big difference between him and Yogiri, since Yogiri ends things, doesn't kill them, tries, and just over and over, she just levels up to the point that she blows his head off. And is just like, okay, guys, scurry along to class now, go kill each other. So you have all that happening. Denora's chilling in a tree for most of the episode up until the end, where I thought we were about to get lucky and lose our guardian spirit because she got transferred over, and I'm like, take her. We don't want her at all. The fact that literally when the other classmate pops up with her like little princess looking guardian, she's like, damn, can we trade? Like, I'm just like, she says what I'm feeling, and I love it for that. He had the idea that he fell down to, what was it, the 7th layer or whatever, and then just stumbles upon Damien. I don't know what it is about Damien, man. Like, that character I despised when we first met him, and somehow, out of this 100 character cast that they throw at us, has actually become one of my favorite characters. This boy, as soon as he sees Yogiri, he's like, yes, master, I'm so... apologies. Is there anything I can do for you? Because he knows he can't disobey this guy. And, honestly, that moment when Yogiri sideswipes him, he hits him... I'm surprised his nose isn't broke. Hits him in the eyes and says, if you don't want me to kill your eyesight, don't open them, because Denora just got stripped down. If anyone was still up in the air if he's, like, into her or not, absolutely. Like, he's been blushing around her and clearly having some romantic feelings out for a while. But, like, you know, moments like those definitely really seal the deal. Or him doing the Denora uppercut with his elbow is so good. But I love the idea that, you know, if characters have their powers separated from their bodies, so in the case of that girl with the 2 cat spirits, right? What ended up happening was each of those spirits, when they attacked, he just killed the cats. Because for him, she's an ant. Like, that's literally what she is. Like, she's harmless. She as herself is harmless. The only thing that's posing a threat to, you know, someone's life, not his of course, because nothing can kill him, is the cat. So he just killed those spirits like it was nothing. It's just, it's so wonderfully chaotic to watch him go about this world, and how even after seeing so much BS, like when they come down that elevator, a dude who has the ability to both predict and change the future, seeing something like that really highlights, whether it's, you know, him bracing the fall by killing momentum, whether it's him killing spirits that are outside of a person's body, or most importantly, someone who should have the ability to change the future. Whether you're in a different plane of existence, whether you have the ability to rewrite reality, whether you're the creation of all creations, he is your end. And nothing can stop him. Like, he's him. Still, people will say, yeah, but what about this character? But they can't comprehend just the idea of the end. And it's brilliant. Like, the author's entire intention with Yogiri was to make the most broken character, and I really think he succeeded. Like, yeah, you can make the argument if two authors, like, there's a way for no matter what, if an author takes their story and says they win, it is what it is. But I think this author really kind of did a nice curveball saying, nah, it doesn't matter if you have any intent. It's like the author would end up dying, like that's the idea. And if you don't write it like that, then you don't understand how Yogiri was written as a character. So kind of broken. But it was a wonderfully chaotic episode. I mean, by the end of next episode, I think like 10 people max might be left alive. I mean, most of the students are probably dead, but like, it ain't looking good if you're a part of this world. But one of my favorite points of this episode was seeing a bit more of the childhood and how she talked to him in a way that you don't normally see an anime parental figure talk to a powerful character, about how, like, you can't really put morals on someone who's kind of above you. That's like, is just in a completely different league of their own. And it's important to understand and maybe do things in a way that, because clearly, like, had she not taught him anything, this dude would be the most cold and just emotionless character. And you might want to say, well, isn't he kind of already doing that with how easily he kills? Technically, but imagine how much worse he would have been had he not had that guidance from someone like her. Like, I'm still wondering what happened to her in present day, but at the end of the day, like, I'm really enjoying what they did, and it actually kind of paints a picture of how he looks at morals and how he understands, like, he has to go outside the box as seen by the fall, because if he just went with the flow, he would have crashed into the ground, right? But still, very good stuff. I still say it's an absolute shame that this wasn't a 2-core or even a split core from what we know, but I am crossing my fingers someday we'll get to see a season 2, but if not, I absolutely enjoyed my time, and I know no matter what life throws at Yogiri, he will end everything out of existence that gets in his way, and he'll take Denora home and, I guess live happily ever after? Question mark? It's kind of hard because, like, I really think the more you think of a character like Yogiri, the more limitless it becomes. Because what if, like, could he end death? Like, if something was trying to, like, if, say, Denora's life was ending, right? Because, could he just say, no, die the thing that's trying to kill her and just keep her alive? There's, like, you really have to understand just how broken of a possibility and how limitless he actually seems to be. Let me know what you thought down below, though, and what you want to see with the last episode next week. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell so you get notified when I upload more, and like I mentioned, we have that full live reaction over on my Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today, we got Sunshine Amigo, Nine-Tailed Brush, Nano Space, Jodhos, and Daedalus. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Have a good one.